The time is 6 o'clock. And it's time now for the Peter Channel 6 o'clock news on this Sunday evening, May 7th, 2017. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter J. Wiggins, and here I am news and odds. And our top story at 6 o'clock on this Sunday evening is Emmanuel Macron decisively defeats Marine Le Pen in presidential race in France. Senator Susan Collins, a moderate Republican from Maine, leaving the capital last month as she said on Sunday that her colleagues were starting from scratch with their own health care bill. Boston. Two engaged Boston doctors found dead this weekend inside a penthouse at a luxury condominium building, most likely knew their killer, police said. North Korea claimed it had detained a U.S. citizen on Sunday, so confirmed its court, as the two countries face big tensions in years. Shanghai, like marrying American firms that come to China looking for money, Christian companies try to boo at Shanghai. Abuja, Nigeria President Muhammadu Buhari celebrated Sunday night at a meeting with 82 Chibok schoolgirls, newly freed from the Boko Haram extremists and jolted the country by announced he was leaving for London immediately. $50,000 people live in evacuated homes in the north of the German city of Hanover, while expecting experts to defuse 3 British bombs dropped during World War II. German state votes in Israeli Senate Merkel's chances. Israeli border guards secured the scene of a reported 7 attack by a female Palestinian at Damascus Gate at main entrance to Jerusalem's Old City on May 7th, which is today. Abuja, Nigeria. Nigeria's president was spotted Sunday night for former medical checkups in London, renewing fears over his health after he had spent weeks overseas on a medical leave earlier this year and said he'd never been so sick in his life. At first, Cordell Davis spotted his fellow pledge had just had too much to drink, he said, but they were a new initiative PI fraternity at Penn State that just had run the gauntlet of series station where they guessed will be one vodka. The teenager pulled a gun from his waistband and pointed it at officers. Then he yelled at the drop of weapon at according to the police but it said the 15-year-old stepped forward and the San Diego police killed 15-year-old who pointed a BB gun at the officers. White House Chief of Staff Reince Priebus said on Sunday that the President Trump remains committed to fighting the nation's opioid crisis and has finalized regarding a proposal to cut the budget of the White House drug czar. Boston former President Barack Obama returns to the spotlight Sunday to accept an award for political courage from John F. Kennedy's family days after House Republican won a passage bill to ban much of Obama's signature health care. Groups supported and opposing the New Orleans plans to remove the 3 Confederate monuments that Governor Sanders to make their voices heard. House Speaker Paul Ryan describes claims Republicans rush back to the replacement bill for health care reform as bogus attack on the left. A U.S. Senator has proposed to cut 95% of budget of drug czar that would be a pandemic, but HHS Secretary said Donald Trump is committed to fighting drug abuse. St. Clair Broncos Group is incorporated as close to Brian Tribune Media Company, a deal made by a possible after Federal Communications Commission voted last month to ease a limit on TV station ownership in the U.S. St. Clair would pay about $45 a share, about $4. Kennedy's faced for after 17 days in orbit, the U.S. Air Force 4th Expeditionary Mission concluded return to Earth for an automated landing at the Kennedy Space Center's shuttle landing for the first time in a secret safe space plane. NASA had police sent an image of Saturn captured by the spacecraft Cassini during its last tour of the planet. What said the last photos apart from the release by the space station that day showed the planet moons Rhea and Titan. Experts of urgent nature go to be aware about where virus, parasite, being spread by ticks in the park, deadlier than the Lyme disease. Peter Channel News time is 6:04 on this Sunday evening, and it's time now for a sports report. The Boston Red Sox turn an 8th-inning nail-biter against the Minnesota Twins at Target Center and the Target Field and turn it into a 10-run ninth at a 17-6 rout for the Minnesota Twins. And the Boston Celtics, in about 26 minutes now, will be taking on Washington Wizards in game number 4 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Kyle Lowry suffered an ankle sprain that was often keeping him and unfortunately kept him out of the trying to wrap the next 2 playoff games. As an old trick that is scripted about world of pro wrestling, a sentence of an otherwise disappointing night of entertainment can be erased as long as the fans are sent off happy with a late swerve and an exciting ending. The NFL sends an American history to reserve any depth. We're going to save and look no further. The NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell's recent Peter Jones' time is 6:05 on this Sunday evening. It's time now for traffic and traffic report. Baby, let's tell you where the subway system is still on. That's what express the lane to the traffic. Commuter rail, it's looking good, and on the ferries, they are looking good. Okay, looking at hours and byways of New England. Down in Connecticut, 95 to the southbound side. It is slow between Fairfield and Norwalk. Merritt Parkway, westbound side, slow between Norwalk and both ends of Norwalk and Merritt Parkway, eastbound side. A little slow at Sedford. 901 on the southbound side. A little slow at Meriden. 84 both ends battle for whatever. 91 at the northbound side. A little slow before I-84 Harvard, Connecticut. 84 eastbound side. A little slow between 20 and the Mass Back eastbound side. A little slow around the Silver Stretch. 146 on the northbound side. A little slow Route 99 out in Lincoln, Rhode Island, 99, 95 on the northbound side, slope between 195 and Route 146 in Providence. 610 connector slope between Route 195 and downtown Providence. And 7 Expressway on the northbound side, it is slope between Quincy and the Mass Back Boston. 93 Boston's backed up. 7 Expressway southbound side, slope between Mass Back down and Dutchess 93 and both ends backed up downtown Boston. 93 southbound side, slow from 709 to Zake Bridge, Boston. Mass Back both ends backed up from South Boston and Logan Airport via the Ted Williams Center. Low connector southbound side, it is slow. 93 is southbound side, it's slow between 101 and Manchester Avenue, past 293 and Manchester Avenue. 195 on the westbound side, also around the main trip back in Sackville, Maine. Main trip out southbound side, also after the 295 up in Augusta, Maine. Interstate 89 on the southbound side, also after claim to the upstate Vermont. Interstate 87 and 91 on both ends back to the upstate New York and Vermont. After the Canadian border, Interstate 89 on the northbound side, also on Cozy Quarter up in Vermont. And Outwood 59 on both ends, also in southern Quebec. Interstate 87 on the southbound side, it is slow on Chestertown, New York. Peter Children's time is 6:07 on this Sunday evening. It's time now for a weather report. And 7-day forecast goes like this. Thank SH and looking at radar, and it shows a line of rain showers stretching around Western Massachusetts and stretching on the northeastern portions of Connecticut and around Norwich and raining around New Bedford and around Dartmouth and around western tip of Martha's Vineyard, and a line of rain showers stretching around eastern portions of the Outer Cape, around East Salmon and Chatham and off Nantucket Sound, and raining around light to moderate rain in western Mass and western Connecticut, and heavy bends of showers around Great Barrington, and raining around western and the north central portions of New Hampshire down in western Maine, and raining around Portland, Brunswick, and Augusta, and raining around east central New York and sorts of the northeast of PA and northeastern Ontario, and western and eastern portions of Quebec, and some heavy bends of showers and storms around Wheaton and Quebec, and raining around central portions of Nova Scotia, and snowing around the Adirondacks and around south of Utica, southeast of Ontario, and New York City, and sorts of the northeastern PA, and raining and sleeting and snow around northeastern portions of Ontario, some snow and sleet around Salt Creek in Ontario, and raining around the Toronto area. Okay, 7-day forecast looks like this. For tonight, isolated showers between 7 p.m. and 10 p.m. Most of the clouds got about 40 degrees, south about 8 to 10 miles coming west after midnight. Anticipation 20%. For Monday, a slight chance of showers after 1 p.m. Parts of about 58 degrees, west about 10 miles, anticipation 20%. Monday night, most of the clouds about 35 degrees, and west about 5 to 7 miles coming after midnight. For Tuesday, chance of showers may afternoon. Most of the clouds got about 56 degrees and light west wind, anticipation 30%. Tuesday night, most of the clouds about 37 degrees, chance of calm wind. Wednesday, a chance of showers may after 8 a.m. Parts of about 59 degrees and anticipation 30%. Wednesday night, most of the clouds got about 40 degrees. Thursday, chance of showers after 8 a.m. Parts of about 60 degrees and anticipation 30%. Thursday night, most of the clouds about 44 degrees. Friday, most of the clouds about 61, about 45 degrees. Saturday, parts of about 61 degrees. Saturday night, a chance of rain, most of the clouds about 44 degrees and anticipation 30%. And for Sunday, chance of rain, parts of about 62 degrees and anticipation 30%. Currently in Taunton, it's overcast and 55, and here in Dalton, it's clear skies and 58, and Mansfield, it's clear skies and it's 56, and that's giving it for the Peter Channel. 6 o'clock news on this Sunday evening, May 7th, 2017. Have a good evening and goodbye. See you at 11 o'clock for Atlanta. Y'all have a good evening.